I'm going to take you through the spiral chart that I've created. We're going to break down how I scaled my content agency to scale past 6 figures under 2 years. Keep in mind, you could do it a lot faster because I went through my struggles so that you don't have to. We're going to see how I managed to use this same exact system to solve 5 common challenges. Number 1, time management. Number 2, hiring reliable talent consistently. Number 3, streamlined processes. Number 4, creating a winning offer. And number 5, boosting lead conversion. Let's get into it. Step number 1, master time management. Here's the thing. The essence of scaling comes down to allocating more time towards it. Based on my market research, I can guarantee this is the most common challenge. No doubt, running a content agency, our tasks are not simple. All of us started doing most of the things ourselves. Content writing, the production, social media management, communication, posting. All of this stuff requires a lot of time, especially the production alone. So there's no doubt that we're lacking the time. And that's why this starts with organization. We build a plan and learn how we can optimize our performance by saving time. The first tool, audit your tasks. You're going to track how much time you spend on each task for a week, or if it makes more sense, for a full project cycle. This will help you highlight where you're wasting time and anything that can be delegated or automated. You can use a template like the one I'm displaying. This will allow you to understand all the ins and outs of your content agency. And by the way, for anything that you see today, I'm using templates that I either found or that I'm using within my own workflows. If any of these interest you, shoot me a DM and I'll be more than happy to send you that over. The second tool is very similar, but from a different perspective. Take the second tool, it's called the impact cost matrix. And since you already have a list of tasks, what you're gonna do is take them and categorize them in 4 quadrants, assessed by impact versus cost, both from high to low. And that will allow you to prioritize the tasks by what to focus on, what to plan for, what to delegate, and what to eliminate. Number 3, time blocking. Get yourself an agenda, a schedule, whatever it is, and block off some time. This is where you will allocate some, if not most, of the time you reclaim to dedicate 1 to 2 hours each day working on the bigger tasks, whether it's sales, strategy, or fine-tuning your systems so that you can scale. You will not be able to scale if you don't block off some time. I know how dialed in we get when we're trying to fulfill our clients' deliverables. And I get it, we have to, but we also have to make sacrifices. You need to block off some time and focus on scaling. This is the only way. So with these 3 tools, now you have an oversight of everything that goes in and out the content agency, and we could start planning ahead to save some time with the following steps. So that takes us to step number 2, hiring reliable talent consistently. This one right here still gives me nightmares till today. And I'll tell you that with a personal story. My worst experience, I hired a contractor for a high volume project and I spent about $1,000, around $1,000, and they provided work that was very mid. I spent a couple weeks reviewing and had to do 50% of the work myself, redo 50% of the work myself. Nah, we can't accept that. It's a lot of wasted time. I could have done it myself. And you could argue it's a waste of money, but the way I see it, it was a valuable lesson. If I didn't go through this, I wouldn't have learned from it. And then that's what got me to develop a step-by-step onboarding system. So let's go through it to see how we can avoid these problems and streamline the hiring process to avoid these things. So number 1, job posting. Simple. Create a clear role description that outlines specific skills, expected deliverables, and measurable KPIs. But the key tip is you want to hire driven contractors that provide proof of quality work and demonstrate clear communication. Even if they come at a higher cost, the time and trouble you save will be damn well worth it. And if you argue that they exceed your client's budget payment, that's a sign you need to reevaluate your offer and perhaps even your niche. Number 2, the test project. Especially if you have a lot of qualifying leads, you're going to filter out weak candidates quickly by having them complete a paid test challenge to assess their abilities and work ethic. And I emphasize paid for 2 reasons. Number 1, you want them to take the test serious so that you can properly assess them. And number 2, to test yourself. If you're not willing to pay for a test project, then are you really willing to invest a couple of thousands on a long-term relationship with this new hiree? Well, you should be. Another benefit of the test project is saving you time with the onboarding process. Because if you're going to consider hiring this specific candidate, make sure you provide them as many assets as possible so that if you choose to onboard them, you're already a couple steps ahead in the onboarding process. You've already set them up with their foundation, with the assets that they need. So test projects is all part of the plan. Number 3, onboarding SOPs. You want to use systems and templates to onboard new hires as quickly as possible. So I'm using Notion. I've created a couple workflows. The first one so that I can track the status of the new hiree. And then below is a checklist, making sure that I have everything dialed in, giving them access to all the resources and links that they're going to need. The goal is to onboard them as quickly as possible. With my systems, I get them onboarded in less than 48 hours and they're ready to rumble with my next tasks. It's amazing. Step number 3, feedback system. This right here will save you so much time when it comes to training. I've implemented a feedback system that is one-on-one with each member and that can also be shared publicly. So what happens? Let's just take an editor, for example, and we provide them feedback on how to find better sound selection. So, of course, you're training them to improve their performance, and then I can use this case to share with the rest of the team as a general reminder. And meanwhile, you're also populating this amazing feedback and tips database so that when your team members, let's just say they have a question, they can go to this database, filter a keyword, sound selection, and they can find multiple cases, feedbacks, and tips on exactly that, which is catered to your business. This system will ensure that you get the right people in place and gives you the confidence that they can deliver without having you spend too much time micromanaging. Step number 3, my personal favorite, streamlining your processes. My favorite because I'm a workaholic to the point it's unhealthy. And it's with this system that not only was I able to run my agency smoothly, but I was able to enjoy the time that I gained and put it towards scaling. So let me ask you a question. Do you ever feel like your projects start from scratch? Not good. I'm going to push your imagination. Have you ever woken up with your daily deliverables completed and all you had to do was revise and approve them? Now we're talking. So the truth is, inconsistency burns time. It frustrates your clients, it stalls your growth, and it causes you stress. And that's why we implement systems and templates for every workflow we possibly can. First one I got here is client onboarding checklist. Use a checklist to collect key details, goals, content style, meetings, deadlines. Sync those into your calendar. Store everything in your workflow and provide access to key stakeholders so that nothing gets missed. Number 2, automated workflows. Use tools like Notion, ClickUp, Asana, and integrate them with a communication platform like Slack. This will ensure that every task is assigned and delivered. Number 3, templates and SOPs. You want to standardize your deliverables. Whether it's brand guidelines, content briefs, scripts, editing, reports, whatever it is, use templates to save hours on each project and have each of these operations broken down step by step so that your next team member is ready to follow clear instructions and complete their assigned task with efficiency and quality. I've developed an operation playbook so that I can easily share this with the next team member, and I keep updating them every time we need to refine it or add something new. And anytime I need to share this to somebody, it's just at the tip of my fingers. So step number 3, streamlining your processes, is a must. With this, you're finally going to be able to trust your operations in the hands of others and enjoy the extra time you gain. Step number 4, it's time to make money. Let me ask you, has your lead ever ghosted you or hit you with, we need to think about it? Whatever the rejection is, you're going to learn to love rejection. It's all part of the game, but we're going to make it extremely hard for your clients to do so. And here's how. Number 1, ICP, the ideal client profile. We're going to conduct some market research to clearly define your ideal client profile and target one critical pain point that your targeted audience is willing to pay top dollar to fix. Niche down and position yourself as an expert of this niche. Number 2, productize your service. We're going to package our offer into clear, repeatable deliverables with a fixed timeline and outcome. And as you grow, you'll refine and eliminate unnecessary features based on your client's feedback. And number 3, you take those two together and you frame your offer. So now is the time you're closing the deal. And I get this part can be stressful, having to talk and negotiate and try to close the deal. But here's how I'm going to make this a lot easier for you. Whatever you do, you're going to want to make sure that you're providing 2 things, or at least you're keeping in mind 2 things: credibility and value. As long as you revolve your conversation and your content around these 2 things, you're going to make it extremely hard for your client to see otherwise. With your ICP, you're basically specializing yourself in somebody's niche to solve their problem. It's going to be natural to talk about how you can solve their issues. You're going to have the credibility. You'll be able to say that I'm an expert in my niche with a unique one-of-a-kind solution. Now, you're not going to say exactly that. You could. It's going to be in the heat of the moment, but you get the idea. And number 2, you'll naturally be able to provide them value. When you productize your service and you know that you can provide them a specific outcome, you'll be able to say, we're not just a video production company. We're your growth partner delivering measurable outcomes. You're going to be able to sell an idea, to sell value, to sell an outcome to your client. You're not just a commodity. You're not just a production company. They can find that elsewhere. You can tell them where to get that, but you're going to be the reason they go from A to B. While you're framing your offer, you're going to have your clients pre-sold on the idea of working with you by providing them social proof, building their trust, relatability, and providing them results. And when I say pre-selling, and I'll show you this in step 5, but we're going to develop content that includes these 4 things that are going to have your clients ready to work with you before you even talk to them. This makes it a lot easier for you. It sets the stage for conversion. Social proof. Show them that you've worked with other people and post reviews, post testimonials, have those out there. Relatability. If you're really involved in that niche, you've worked with multiple clients, you're connected with other influencers and other service providers, this allows them to relate to you. You're not just a wedding videographer trying to solve problems for a financial firm. How are they going to relate? And results. Track your results and show them off. Step number 4, crafting a winning proposal. The important takeaway here is the perception you need to show your clients. You need to position yourself as a growth partner rather than just a video production company or a commodity. This approach will help you convert more traffic, charge higher prices, and maintain better margins. Step number 5, converting more leads. So personally, I've had great success with referrals, but cold outreach, not so much. And I did struggle filtering and attracting the ideal client, my ideal client. So I implemented a proven sales strategy that increased my client conversion by so much. And so far, I wouldn't change a thing. Number 1, qualify your leads. We've developed an ICP, the ideal client profile. With that, you can create an intake form or screening questions to ensure you're investing your time in prospects who are a good fit for your services. And I can't emphasize this enough. In my first year, I mentioned that I did all right financially, but that's because I onboarded anyone and anything. And that was one of the biggest reasons why I burned out. That temporary money that I made wasn't worth the time that I wasted, including the potential growth. So very important to qualify your leads and onboard people you want to work with long-term. Number 2, the content funnel. You've seen this. It works. I'm using it right now. It's working. You need to turn your personal brand into a high converting content funnel. Master the art of getting attention, nurturing leads, and converting that attention into clients through your content. Number 3, pre-frame sales process. So we mentioned this earlier. This is how it's broken down. You're going to leverage your content assets like VSLs, lead magnets, short form videos, and include social proof, client results, and provide valuable education so that you're building trust and setting the stage for conversion. Number 4, stand out. We know it. Social media is saturated. Connecting with people through the digital world is not as easy as it once was, or even if it wasn't, it's a lot harder nowadays. So you need to stand out. You need to be different. You need to come at it as genuinely and transparent as possible. So use video, voice notes, anything that includes showing your face, showing who you are, your tone. Be authentic, build that connection with people, and set yourself apart from your competition. So when you combine all these components, or step number 5, with your winning offer, you're looking hot. And closing clients becomes simple and repeatable. We have reached the end of the 5-step process that will help you solve 5 common challenges and allow you to scale. I applied these 5 steps and I managed to scale past 6 figures. But more importantly, I'd like to show you the incredible results that I got my clients. Buckingham Hyundai. Like I mentioned before, we started from scratch. We generated millions of views and thousands of direct engagements over 3 years. We got recognized by Hyundai Canada as the best social media account in their region. That recognition alone did so much for me. And so through their success, it led us to 2 more valuable referrals, Buckingham Toyota and more recently Buckingham Chrysler. When it comes to Buckingham Toyota, we started from scratch and we're growing their brand awareness. We're already generating consistent leads all under 1 year. IK Jewelry, a fine jewelry store, we grew from an average of 1 lead per month to 9.5 leads per month via Instagram, all within 5 months. Kelly's Clinic, we went from 0 to 16.5K followers and converting tens of thousands of dollars in sales all under 3 months. These are just some of the case studies that I've highlighted. Providing your clients results is extremely important, so make sure you track them. Now I'm gonna take this back to you. If you're tired of working endless hours dealing with unreliable contractors, you're struggling to get results, and you're struggling to close clients, I can help you. As a matter of fact, I can help you right now. Everything you've seen in this video can be implemented directly into your content agency. So save the video, revisit it anytime you want, and implement anything where it fits. Now, if you'd like to see results a lot faster and you understand the importance of investing in yourself to grow, book a call with me. Together, we'll go step by step on how we can implement this system in your content agency to help you scale with less stress, better clients, and predictable revenue. Spots are limited, so don't wait. Click the link below and let's get started. Peace.